Have you ever read something and enjoyed it so much that you wish you'd never read it, just so you could read it again for the first time? The first time is magical, right? Doesn't matter how many times you read it again, it's never quite as good. This is your chance to read something truly amazing for the first time, and you only get this chance once. So don't blow it. I want you to get the most out of this. So you're gonna have to trust me. Do exactly as you're told. If you're not alone right now, put this away immediately. Magic, real magic, is shy on company. I'm not going it's not going to happen if you're reading this in a crowded coffee shop or sat on a packed train. Only read from here on if you're alone. Good, we've started. Now, I need you to do a few more things for me. Just a few small things. Think of this as an instruction manual, a process you have to follow if you want things to work. I'm not trying to be pushy or bossy or to boss you around for the sake of it. I just want things to work for you. Go somewhere you can choose and close the door and read this without being disturbed. Doesn't matter where your bedroom or a toilet, anywhere you can go without someone walking in on you. And like I said, close the door after you. Maybe some of you are reading this and haven't done it as you instructed. Do you wish to play along? I guarantee you, it's better to be part to simply eavesdrop on the magic. It mightn't be too late though. I can't promise anything, but if you go in a quiet place and close the door, I'll see what I can do. So here we are, or rather, there you are. I really hope you're enjoying this so far. I know nothing has actually happened yet, but aren't you excited? Isn't your curiosity growing larger and larger, enjoying this? This is the only time you can feel what you're feeling now, wondering what's going to happen, a half-full conclusion from the way you may already have. All this can only happen once. It can only happen now and can only happen the first time. Some of the magic has begun already. You're alone in a room, true, but you're also unfined with all the people who have ever done this before you, and all those who will do after you. Can you feel each other? Perhaps you feel silly about this whole thing, or maybe you feel privileged. You are a part of an invisible crowd gathered together outside of time, reading the same words. Don't worry, there's not a punch of it, and certainly isn't a joke. I'm not going to waste your time with talk of the metaphysical, and to prove it, we'll move on. I take it there's a light in your chosen room. You wouldn't be able to read this, right? Come on, you can answer me. If I ask you a question, in fact, you have to answer me if you want this to work. I'll ask you again. Answer this time, loud and clear. Don't you be afraid, just say, right. Now, everybody, let's play along. All I want is one little spoken word in exchange for all the words I've given you so far. Remember, I'm not doing this for you. This is okay. Remember, I'm doing this for you. This is the only chance you'll get it, and I want it to work. Answer my question. Well done. You might have felt a little silly saying it aloud, but there's nobody here to hear you, and your harm has been done. Now, you can continue to enjoy this, knowing that you've followed instructions perfectly, and when you follow instructions perfectly, things tend to work. Do whatever it takes to get your room as dark as possible, and there's just enough light for you to still make these words. Draw a curtains close, turn off the main light, and put on a side light. Better still, light a candle or read with a flame from a cigarette lighter. I hate to keep reminding you, but it's really worth it if I say I wouldn't be ashamed if you miss out on having read something as far as you have. Allow me to describe you scene. This is kind of strange, isn't it? Shall we take a moment to consider that? Usually when you read something, the scene is described for you so you can picture in your mind. But here you are reading your very own scene, in which you are sat in a dark room all alone, reading from wherever you chanced upon this magic. What might implications? When you were younger, did you ever pretend yourself that you were a character in a book or a film, and that millions of people read about you and watched what you did? Perhaps the pretense was real. Don't worry though. It's not the magic I spoke of earlier. Enjoy this moment. Here comes the magic. Very quickly. Get off your bed or chair or a place against the wall and get up and walk over to the closed door behind a few minutes. So put your ear against the door and listen and hold your breath. I wonder if you can hear me. Let me expand the scene I described for you a moment ago. I remember the one thing with you in the dark room reading. Yes, well, outside of that room, on the other side is that closed door. Remember, you can't see it standing. It's me. I wonder if you can guess my name. The slightly autistic among you may have already registered the first letters of the last 5 paragraphs when you spell its closest. I have the name. D-E-V-I-L. Can you hear me breathe? No? Perhaps I'm holding my breath too, when my ears pressed up against the door trying to hear you, or perhaps there's one last step, one last instruction you must follow in order to make the magic work. Invite me in, come on now. Don't be bashful, you already spoke to me earlier and you answered my question about the light. All you have to do is ask me to come in. You see, I know you're all alone there, all by yourself in the dark. I want you to prove to you that the magic works. Alright. Come in, Mr. Scaredy Pants. Well, magic doesn't work.